Subhodayam. Welcome you all to another class on Sanatana Dharma. Today we have Sanatana Dharma by Dr. Visalakshi garu. So before we start the class, let's sing Vande Mataram, then do Prarthana. So first Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram. Sujalam Sufala Malaya Sitalam Sasya Syamala Mataram Vande Mataram Subrajosna Pulakitayamini Pullakusumita Drumadala Shobhini Suhasini Sumadhura Bhashini Sukhadam Varadam Mataram Vande Mataram Vande Mataram.
Prarthana. 1 minute meditation.
Just a minute. Let me announce. Just a minute. Now I request VS Murthy garu to do the Prarthana, please.
1 minute meditation. Om. 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 Om Gananam Tva Ganapatigum Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamastravasthavam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anasrunvannutibhis Siddhasadhanam. Om Shri Mahaganadhipataye Namaha. Om Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebhirvajinivati Dhinamavityavatu. Om Shri Mahasaraswatyai Namaha. Guruve Vagati Gurumeva Bhaje Gurunaiva Sahasmi Namo Gurave Na Guru Paramam Sisurashmi Guru Matirasti Guru Mam Pahi Guru. ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवम् उपास्महे. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्य देवो भव अतिथि देवो भव। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। हरि ओम।
ధన్యవాదాలండి కృష్ణమూర్తి గారు, సత్యనారాయణమూర్తి గారు. థ్యాంక్స్ ఫర్ ది నైస్ ప్రార్థన. నౌ ఐ రిక్వెస్ట్ విశాలాక్షి గారు టు కంటిన్యూ విత్ ది వెబినార్ ప్లీజ్.
ఓం శ్రీ మహాగణాధిపతయే నమః. ఓం శ్రీ పార్వతీ రాజరాజేశ్వరాభ్యాం నమః. ఓం శ్రీ మేధ దక్షిణామూర్తయే నమః. ఓం శ్రీ మహాసరస్వత్యై నమః. ఓం శివాయ గురవే నమః. ఓం నమః శివాయై చ నమః శివాయ. Now out of Shodasa Samskaras, we have completed 11 Samskaras. After Upanayana, the Vatu went to Gurukula and studied all his, what all he has to study and completed his education. When the children complete their education, the master, he, that is the Acharya Guru, as we are conducting nowadays as convocation, in those days also they used to conduct the Samavartana Samskara and then allow the children to go to their houses and getting married and enter into Grihasthasrama to do all household, what all deeds are needed and serve the nation and devatas. So a Snataka means actually Gurukula Vasa Nivrutti, returning home from Gurukula after completing the Veda Vidya Adhyayana. So this Snataka Samskara is of 3 types. They are Vidya Snataka, Vrata Snataka, and then Vivaha Purva Kruta Snataka. But mostly nowadays people know only this Vivaha Purva Kruta Snataka, and mostly they do not know about Vrata Snataka and Vidya Snataka. They may be knowing because even we are conducting convocations. So Vidya Snataka is that sacrament performed by Acharya while giving permission to Brahmachari after completing his education, nearly studying for more than 15 years or 16 years, minimum 12 years. So during this, before sending the Vidyarthis after their completion of education, Guru permits them to go home and enter into Grihasthasrama, and before that, the Guru gives his final advice and final verdict. That is known as Snataka Samskara. Or Vrata Snataka, second one also we can say similarly. After doing certain Vratas, again Vrata Snataka would be done. So that is Vrata Snataka. So after this, the Samavartana Samskara and some others, then this Vrata Snataka comes. After performing Veda Vratas and then Brahma Vratas, they say, after them, then the disciple performs this Vrata Snataka. So the third one, Snataka, before the marriage, of course, all of you are aware of. So not just before the marriage, but it is to be done at the age of Garbhastami. But at least for those who could not perform that, they should do this Snataka. But this Snataka at the time of Vivaha would be conducted as a part of marriage. So that Snataka is to be conducted at that time only, at the time of doing this marriage ceremony. Now, Vidya Snataka and Veda Vrata Snataka, both are called as Upaya Snataka. So it is said in Parasara Smriti Acharakanda, Guravetu Varandatva Snayita Tadanugnyaya Veda Vrataniva Param Nitva Ki Upayamevava. So the Mimamsa Vartika says Snatopalakshita Cha Atra Nivrutihi Guru Veshmanaha. Veshma means house, returning from the house of the Guru Acharya. During Gurukula Vasa, Brahmacharis sleep on the ground, get piksha from household people going for getting alms, then they offer that to Guru or Guru Patni. And whatever the Guru Patni gives them to eat, that food they have to eat. They have to study continuously throughout the stay there, day and night. And also they have to go to the forest, collect the roots, fruits, then samithas, the holy sticks for doing yajna yagadi kratus and all. Now, after completion of education, they leave all those restrictions. Now they take Abhyangana snana, apply sandal paste to the body, then they wear the clothes suitable to Gruhastas, that is to people staying at the cities. Also, they get ready to go home and meet their parents. To make them ready like this to leave the Gurukula and go home is called as Snataka Vrata or Samavartana Samskara, we say. The kratus done at that time, that it is called as Utsarjana Samskara, we can say. So it would be observed by the Guru either on Paushya Sutta Paurnami or on Rohini star, Rohini nakshatra. Shastra says, Taishyam Paurnamasyam Rohinyam va Viramet. They must, Virama means stop. So that day both Guru and Sishya together do pranayama and say, take the sankalpa as Sri Parameswara Prityartham Athitanam Chandasam Saviryatvaya Adhyaya Utsarjanam Karishye. So whatever I have studied till now, that should become Viryavanta, powerful and Shaktimatva. So with that sankalpa they do. So saying they should do exactly as they did at the time of Upakarma, after Upanayana. So they have to do Mantapa Rathana, Navarushi Avahana, Puja, Tarpana, Agnimukha, Homas, etc. and pray all the gods with Namaskaras. They have to praise and God and all. So they should pray that what all they have studied till that time should be retained and should increase. And they should get the fruit of that knowledge. And by that, the whole mankind society should get benefited. So for several years, the Acharya and his wife took care of all these disciples as if they are their own children. So without taking a single rupee, they teach them. Now it is the duty of all these disciples to pay Guru Dakshina. So as per their capacity, they can give. There is no restriction. So on Ashadha Paurnami day, on Guru Paurnami day, they have to give Guru Dakshina. So the word Guru Dakshina reminds us of the Kautsa, who gave 14 crores of gold coins as Guru Dakshina to his Guru Varatantu Maharshi, seeking the help of Raghu Maharaja, the king of Solar dynasty. So the Guru Dakshinas these people give would be utilized for the next youth who are coming to study there at that Gurukula. So continuously this process continues, and every year they would be, some students would be completing their education and give Guru Dakshinas, by which they maintain that hermitage and all the disciples. So in the beginning, when they start these Gurukulas, it is the duty of the kings to maintain all these, completely bear the expenditure and everything of maintaining this Gurukula and all the students till one batch is completed and permitted to enter into society. So for all 15, 16 years, government takes care, kings takes care, and later they maintain themselves. So for such Vidyarthis, those who have completed their education, offered Guru Dakshinas and are about to leave the Gurukula and then go to their houses, Acharya gives his final verdict, final instruction, and advises them as if the mother and father, though they have brought up their daughter very carefully with all systematic behavior, Yet at the time of marriage, after doing the marriage day, at the time of sending her to her in-laws' house, finally they give certain advices as to how to live there happily with all respect giving to elders and all. So similarly, even here the Guru advises. This is explained in the Ekadasha Anuvaka of Shikshavalli of Taittiriya Upanishad. Now just I will go through, I will read that passage which is very essential, which is the final verdict of the Acharya to the disciples. Nowadays even this is read at the time of convocation in our universities also. And after reading this one sentence by one sentence, I will explain all these points which are very essential for each and every human being. Om Vedamanu Chacharyonte Vasinamanu Shasti Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara Swachaya Anma Premadaha Acharyaya Priyam Dhanamakrutya Prajatantum Ma Vyavachetsi Satyanna Premaditavyam Kushalanna Premaditavyam Kuchaina Premaditavyam Swachaya Pravachanapyam Na Premaditavyam Deva Pitru Karyapyam Na Premaditavyam Matrudevo Bhava Pitrudevo Bhava Acharya Devo Bhava Atithi Devo Bhava Yanyanavadyani Karmani Tani Sevitavyani No Yitarani Yanyasmakagam Sucharitani Tani Tvayopasyani No Yitarani Yeke Jasmat Shreyagum So Brahmana Tesham Tvayasanena Preshvasitavyam Shrethaya Deyam Ashrethaya Adeyam Shriya Deyam Kriya Deyam Bhiya Deyam Samvida Deyam Atha Yedite Karma Vichikitsa Va Vrutta Vichikitsa Va Syat Ye Tatra Brahmanaha Sammarshinaha Yukta Ayuktaha Alukshaha Dharma Kamaha Syuhu Yatha te tatra varteran tatha teshu vartethaah athapya akhyateshu ye tatra brahmanaah sammarshinaah yukta ayuktaah alukshaah dharma kamaah syuh yatha te teshu varteran tatha teshu vartethaah esha adeshah esha upadeshah esha vedopanishat Evam upasitavyam, evam uchaitadupasyam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Acharya means the teacher, the instructor, who studied all the Shastras, who got Vedic knowledge comprehensively and comprehends the meaning of Vedas, Veda mantras, who establishes them in practice, practices them himself and then teaches to Sishyas. Achinotihi Shastrani Achare Stapayatyapi Swayam Acharate Yestu Sa Acharya iti Smrutaha. The Acharya is one who stores and germinates the mysteries of Vedic knowledge, Vedic theology in the disciples by his teaching. Antevasi, we say, disciple means one who always stays near Guru, near the knowledge, near the Veda mantras. So, ante vasi, vasa means to live. So, ante vasi means the disciple who offers his three karanas, Sharirika, Manasika, then Vachika, Shaktis, Manovrittis, that is by mind, speech and body. He serves his master, Acharya. All his deeds, whatever Guru commands him, he follows and gains knowledge by the teachings. Veda Manuchya Acharyaha Ante Vasinam Anushasti. That is after completing teaching the Vedas, Vedam Anuchya. Then teaching them to the student for which he deserves. The master instructs the student like this as final verdict. It is Anushasana means verdict, command. It is an edict, we can say. So it is to be followed by all the disciples. This is the Shasana of Paramatma, not only of Acharya. Whatever is given in the Vedas, the Guru is giving to the disciple. So just as the command, the edict of the king, Raja Shasana, Shasana of government is to be followed without questioning. Thus the edict of Paramatma, Veda and Acharya, three are same, should be followed. The Vedas are called as Prabhu Samhitas, equal to the command of Prabhu, the king's masters. The disciples must accept and obey the instructions of teachers as that of edict that and follow. So this is the final teaching and advice given by the Acharya master to the student finally. First of all, first among all these teachings is Satyam Vada, then Dharmam Chara. These two are the most important commands, shasanas. Truth is always, we must speak truth. Truth is that which never changes with the change of time, space, or person. Trikala abhathitam satyam, we say. That which will not change in past, present, or future. And it will not change according to the place where it is. So it is always the same. That is satyam. Sat means to be. Satya. Ya means in fact to go, to move. So that which stays permanently and that which changes from time to time, from person to person, according to the space, time, and person is also called as Satya. So Shaswata Satya and then the Satya which is changing also have to be known and applied properly. So the Upanishad described Satyam as Satya, Tyatya Satyam Abhavat. It is there in the Upanishad. So the existence, Sat is always Paramatma. That which exists ever is Sat, Parabrahma. So Paramatma himself is Satyam. So Satyam Vada means to speak as it is. Unnadi unnatlu, as we say in our Telugu. So even that is Satyam. So Satyam Yathartha Bhashanam, we say. Then to worship divine with speech and all deeds and with our intention and through words is also known as truth and Satyam. So Sat is that which changes and which never changes. Both we must understand, as in case of dharma. Shaswata dharmas are there, then the dharmas that change also are there. So the first command given by the Acharya is to speak truth, always truth only. Second one is dharmanchara, always practice dharma, to do, to act according to dharma. So the greatness of man is to know what is dharma, to put it into practice and lead a righteous life, and mostly following swadharma. Enable the nature and to give a way to all living creatures to live happily. Everyone must follow their own dharmas and practice all types of all these physical, mental, and word related truth they must follow. In these two, these two important advices, Satyam Vada and Dharmanchara, Acharya is teaching the disciple as to how they should live, they should lead their lives, behave physically, mentally, and orally, verbally. Trikaranas. Actually, what is dharma, what is satya? Anybody may get a doubt. So to clarify that, the master is continuing his teaching. It is the Upadesha given to all human beings, not only to those disciples at that time of leaving that asrama. So all of us should follow all these instructions throughout our lives. Then the entire mankind can lead very happy, peaceful life. So Veda and Shastra always speak in the form of command through a taboo, we say, that is prohibition, vidhi and nishetha. Vidhi is what is to be practiced, nishetha is what is not to be done. So without questioning, we must follow vidhi nishethas of Veda. Now the third command is swatyayan ma pramadaka. Always be alert in doing swatyaya. Never be lazy, never neglect our swa athyaya. What is to be studied by us, we must study. Swatyaya means studying the Vedas and Shastras, and also which are meant for us particularly. So whoever belong to whichever Shaka of Veda, they have to study that Veda Shaka perfectly, and all other branches of Vedas also, they must have comprehensive knowledge. So Kalidasa Mahakavi said, Amnayanam ayogena vidyam preshithilamiva. There is danger of forgetting what we have learned if we do not do manana. Manana is continuously repeating and putting them into practice. So we should keep on reading and studying the Vedas, Shastras, Puranas, everything, Itihasas, by which we can pay the debt of our Maharshis. So Rishi Runa we can clear off by studying Shastra Achena, Veda Achena. Every human being is born with 3 runas. Pitru Runa, Deva Runa, Rishi Runa. All these runas are to be cleared. Then after taking birth, 2 more runas come and occupy us and become our duties to pay. They are Atithi Runa, then Sankha Runa or Bhuta Runa we say. So a man has to pay all these Pancha Runas. Then 4th point is Acharyaya Priyantanam Akritya Prajatantum Ma Vyavachetsi. The Sishya should pay Guru Dakshina to Acharya who taught him knowledge. Then with his permission should enter into Grihasthasrama and get children and keep up the progeny. Get the children and keep up the dynasty. So the lineage is not to be broken. Similarly, in case of Guru and Sishya, the Sishya should never break the Guru Sishya Tantu Parampara. When once he completed his study, again he must keep up the Gurukula and teach to the mankind. He must get students and he has to pass it on, the knowledge given to him by his master. So again, their students must become masters. Again, they have to pass on the knowledge. Thus, through Guru Sishya Parampara, this knowledge is to be passed on from generation to generation, always, continuously. This is keeping up the Praja Tantu. Praja means children, Praja means citizens, Praja means disciples. So, this Vidya, Achena and Achyapana are the duties of Brahmins. So it is Dharma Purushartha. Accepting Guru Dakshina is getting Artha Purushartha, which is also essential to maintain the Gurukula. So Artha, Dharma and Artha are to be utilized for Kama Purushartha. Kama is desires, means for getting higher abodes or getting moksha, even that we can say. So these 3 vargas, dharma, artha and kama, are called as 3 varga, and latter 4th one, moksha, is called as apavarga. So by 3 varga sadhana, we must get apavarga. That is, we must get liberated, moksha. Now 5th advice is satya na pramaditavyam. One should never neglect the truth. We should know the truth correctly and should never tell the lie, asatya, abadha, as we say. By studying Vedas near Guru, we know what is truth. Sometimes worldly matters create a sort of illusion in case of truth. Then Pranti illusion may come. So we may consider asad jnana to be yadartha jnana, wrong knowledge we consider as right. So we must always be alert. We have to take care of knowing what is truth. Satyat na pramaditavyam. We should not deviate that satya. So sixth point is dharma na pramaditavyam. We must take care of dharma. By any sort of ideas, we should never mistake adharma to be dharma. Because in this worldly life, so many times we may get illusion. We may get deviated from that is certain conditions may arise. Even then, we must always have the nishtha, dharma nishtha. We should never step out of dharma for any reason. Now, seventh point is kushala na pramaditavyam. Kushalat na pramaditavyam. Kushalam means well-being, kshema. So we should not neglect our well-being also, because unless we are very healthy physically, mentally, spiritually, socially, we cannot teach to the mankind about the truths, and the real knowledge cannot be passed on. So we should not make any mistakes in recognizing and practicing what brings us well-being. So we must try to elevate our Atma. So in that case, we should be very careful. So kushala actually means skillfulness in doing any action. Kusha is a sort of dartha which is very sharp at the edge. So one who is capable of plucking the kusha grass carefully without hurting, without the thorns will be there, without getting wounded by those thorns, he is considered as kushala. Kushan lati iti kushalaka. Now, eighth point is bhutyaina pramaditavyam. Bhuti means Aishwarya. Vibhutir, bhutir, Aishwaryam, we say of Ishvara. So, prosperity. The real wealth is liberation and not the worldly wealth, name, fame, position, etc. They are all tatkalika, kshanika. So, in acquiring moksha, we must be very careful. We should not fall down due to greediness or any sort of evil thoughts. Now, ninth point is swachaya pravachanapyam na pramaditavyam. We should not neglect our swachaya and pravachana. Pravachana is teaching. We have to learn and then teach. So, pravachana is preaching what we have learned through Guru. Any enlightened education will grow if it is imparted to others. Otherwise, it gets perishes. Because unless manana is there, unless we teach to others, we cannot remember what we have studied. So, Jirnamange Supashitam says Bhartrihari. So, the knowledge retains by 4 methods. Athiti, Bodha, Acharana and Pracharana. First we must study, then we have to teach, we must practice, we have to propagate. So all of us must follow all this fourfold method of spreading knowledge, Veda Vijnana, and about our Sanatana Dharma. Then 10th point is Deva Pitru Karyapyam na pramaditavyam. We should never neglect Deva Karyas and Pitru Karyas. So Deva Karyas are that is doing all the Nitya Naimittika karmas. Then Yajna Yagadi Kratu Acharana, doing the Upasanas as per Shastra, doing the Pitru Karyas means a forefather. When the parents leave the body, what all Aurtvadaihika karmas we have to do, we must do perfectly. And we must do the karmas by doing the next from point 2, 4 are Shasana, Acharya, Matrudeva, Vidhava, Acharya, and Atith. These 4 are to be followed by entire man. Is my voice clear to everyone?
Yeah, it is breaking a bit. Now it's okay. No, you can carry on.
So they are universal commands, we can say. If you are not able to listen, okay. So these are the Anushasana of Paramatma. We have to follow them. Matru Devo Bhava means worship your mother as God, goddess. All living creatures are first indebted to mother only, their own mother, because enduring so many hardships, sufferings, mother gives birth to us. So, though there are many words in Samskrita Bhasha to say mother, such as Janani, Janayitri, Amba, etc., the Veda here took the word Mata for mother, because Mata means Mati Vartate Garbhaha Atra iti Mata. Ma also means to measure. She who knows what is to be done at what time to her child. Mati Vartate Garbhaha means the mother keeps the embryo 10 months in the womb, in her body, bathes and protects, then gives birth. So, for the sake of children, their mother endures so many hardships. Keeps up, that is the even the diet, whatever she wishes during that time, she never eats if it is harmful to the baby in the stomach. So, and after the delivery also, she has to take care of the child in several ways. We know all that. So
Excuse me, 10th point, can you repeat once more? Because that was breaking. 10th point was breaking. So if you can repeat 10th point.
Okay. 10th point is completely not heard.
It was
Okay.
breaking. It was breaking. Yeah.
Is my cell phone maybe having effect? I do not know.
Now it's okay. Now then it was breaking. Now it's okay. You can carry 10th point.
Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Atithi Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, all these points are said. Were you able to listen to those points?
I think that was clear.
Okay. Now, okay, so after mother, then father. Pati iti pita. Pati iti pita means pa, to protect, because the father protects the child, takes care of the children in the well-being, in educating, and also making the life of the children happy. So the word Pita is taken by Veda, though Janaka and so many other names are there, and also for indicating father. And also father gives Brahmopadesha and makes the child get liberated, gain the main purpose of the life. So Shastra says one has to become a worthy son by observing certain duties which the son has to do with respect to the mother and father. Jivato Vakya Karanam Prityabdihi Bhuri Pojanat Gayayam Pindadanena Tripihi Putrasya Putrata. So now Guru, that is while alive, the children should always follow the words of mother and father. Then after they leave the body, Saurtvadaihika karmas are to be done. Then on every year that Tat Dina should be followed. Then once in the lifetime at Gaya, and also if possible at Brahmakapala, the son must do Sraddha Karma. So by these three, the Putra becomes Yogya to be called as a Putra. Puttu Nama Naraka Trayata iti Putra also they say. Now the Acharya says that Atithi Devo Bhava. Even Atithi, Acharya Bhava, Acharya, after mother and father, Acharya stands at the highest place to be respected. So actually Kabirdas said, Guru Govinda Dau Khade Kake Lagum Pau. Balihari Guru Apne Govinda Diyo Batai. It is Guru who showed us God. So when God and Acharya both come at a time, we must fall at the feet of Guru Acharya. Then only we have to worship God. because the parents give birth only to the physical body, whereas the Guru, he gives us Jnana Sharira. He gives us the real body of knowledge to us. Then our dharma says Atithir Vai Narayana. So Atithi Devo Bhava. We must worship the Atithi as if he is the incarnation of God himself. So Satatam Atati iti Atithihi. One who always wanders. He never stays at a place for several days like that. So this is given in Gurubala Prabodhini. So one who always keeps on moving. So by serving the guest, we develop the Dana Guna, which is very noble quality, which is to be developed by all of us. Now, 15th point is Yani Anavadyani Karmani Tani Sevitavyani No Itarani Yani Asmakagum Sucharitani Tani Tvaya Upasyani No Itarani. The Acharya is instructing the disciples to do such karmas which are defectless, faultless, which are pure, correct. So you must follow our noble qualities and virtues of Guru. Seeing his, because mostly the children, they always keep either their mother or father as the ideal. Then mostly, even more than mother and father, they keep their Acharya as the model. So Acharya says that you must be careful while imitating us and following us. What all virtues exist in us, you must follow. And suppose any humanly defects are, because throughout continuously for several years they are staying. So the Guru Patni, they have to lead their life also with all the children and all. So sometimes they may be uttering some words towards anybody. They should not be taken as the ideal. So that is what the Guru says. Avadya means wrong. Anavadya means that which is not wrong, that is which is good. So be careful and attentive in doing and practicing the meritorious and pious deeds done by us and the dharmika ideas which we are following. So only good, one must develop good conduct and good behavior. Now 16th point is Eke cha asmat shreyagum Eke cha asmat shreyagum Saha Brahmana Tesham Tvaya Asanena Prishvasitavyam. Those who are your well-wishers, those who are Brahmins, those who are great scholars, those who are elderly to you, either by age also, when they come to you, you must get up from your seat, offer the seat to them first. You must do pranama to them, serve them, then you must do the works. So that is how our Shastra says that we must respect all elders. Then 17th point is Prabodha. Prabodha is a sort of cluster of good advices as to how to give dana. So Dana Guna is the best guna taught to us in all the Upanishads also. Tyage Naikena Amritatva Manasuhu says the Upanishad. So how to give dana is given in a certain sentences, cluster of words. So that is the 7th point. Shraddhaya deyam, asraddhaya adeyam, shriyadeyam, kriyadeyam, bhiyadeyam, samvidadeyam. So dana is giving something out of our possession. Whatever we possess, out of that something we will donate to the yogya persons, those who are deserving persons. So more than dana, Tyaga is very superior, says our Shastra. Tyaga is that which is to be, that is Tyaga Guna is, suppose something is there which is very essential for us, for our livelihood at that time also. Then anybody is in need of this sort of object, or anybody comes and asks for this object, then without hesitation, we must give it away to them. That is Tyaga Guna. Rantideva is considered to be the best example for Tyaga Guna. So now, so many great datas are there, donors in our Puranas and all. In our Shastras, we can know through them. They stood in the history and they became ideal, such as Rantideva, then so many others we can say, Bali Chakravarti also, Balidana we say. So many people we must take as the ideal. Then dana, how to give, we must be very careful, very attentive, and without proud, we must say, after giving, somebody says, if I have given this, that and all, that punya will not be there. So what all we possess accordingly befitting to our capacity, we must do the dana with utmost Sraddhaya Deyam. Then what all Hriya means bashfulness. We must donate with the feeling that I am able to give only this much, not most, like that. Then Samvida, befitting to our prosperity, we must give a dana. Piya, why? Because Piya means fear. We must donate with the fear that what we must donate to the Yogya Purusha. If it is given to an unworthy person, that dana becomes futile. If we give money to a person who goes and uses that money for developing wrong deeds, doing bad deeds and developing wrong traits, then the person would be getting difficulties either in life or health or something. So that papa also we have to bear. So we must be very careful. We must give with utmost attention. So these are the points given to us in connection with dana, which is considered as very great. Damyata datta dayatvam, says the Upanishad. So dana, because the moment a person comes and requests for something, yachanantam hi gauravam, they say he feels ashamed of it. So because there is no other way for him except to beg someone and get that and protect the children or something, then according to the necessity, or to maintain the body by eating or something. So we should never consider the yachakas as if they are very low. So we must feel that God gave us the opportunity to serve those who are in need. So we must consider that person who comes and asks for any help or something. We must thank God and that person also, because he has given us the chance to serve him. So Rakhu Maharaja gave such a great dana. In fact, we can say, after performing this Viswajit Yaga, he has completely donated everything. And even then, when the Shishya of Varatantu Maharshi, Kautsa, came and requested for 14 crores of gold coins, knowing the intention of this king, Kubera himself rained the gold coins. So that is the greatness. So, and all that money is given by Rakhu Maharaja to Kautsa. So a yachaka came to the house of a rich person and said, Adatva madrusho mapu tatva tvam twadrusho bhava. Because you have given so much money in the previous words, you have become a rich and you are capable of in the position of donating. I did not give anything in the previous words, so I am in the position of begging. So you once again give me something and be in that position only, and without giving money to me, you do not become like me. That is the meaning of that. So now 18th point is Atha yidite karma vichikitsa va vritta vichikitsa vasyat. What we have to do if we get any doubt about what is right and what is wrong behavior. So Acharya says, after leaving the Gurukula, stepping into the society, several doubts may come to you, but whenever any sort of such doubt comes to you regarding what is right, what is wrong, you take the advice of the scholars in the society. So, ye tatra brahmanaha, sammarshinaha, yuktaha, ayuktaha, alukshaha, dharmakamaha, syuhu. Yatha te tatra varteran, tatha tatra vartethaha. As they behave, you also behave. Like them, follow them. Yajyad acharati sreshtaha, tattadeva itaro janaha. Sayat pramanam kurute lokas tadanuvartate. So you take advice from those scholars regarding the doubts you get and clarify them. So Acharya is advising them to follow those who are Brahminical, rational, austere, then conservative and virtuous people. So Vedasara, Ishta Prapti and Anishta Parihara. So what we need, we must gain. What is beneficial for us, for Shreyas, we must follow. What is not good for our Shreyas, we must leave that. So by doing Guru Susrusha, one has to gain the knowledge. By practice, that should be retained in them. So taking Brahma Jnanis as ideal, we should lead our lives. Then Sammishritva means actually having the grasping power and to possess the power of proper discrimination. Yukta, Ayukta, Vichakshana, Jnana, we say. So those who have such power of discrimination, Sammarshinaha, Yuktaha means one who has yoga. Yoga karmasu kaushalam says Paramatma. So one who is skillful in that particular action or quality. So them we must approach. So because for certain qualities, certain people are well known. So we must be capable of in approaching, even while we are, suppose we are we have to get something operated or something, then we seek so many doctors who are skillful in that particular way. Similarly, with respect to our dharma also. Aluksha means, rukshata means hardness. Karkashatva we say. Those people may be well versed, but suppose if they are very harsh, very cruel, they do not talk to pacifyingly, then we cannot approach them. So those who are sattvikas, who talk nicely, pleasingly, they are approachable. So we must see even that. So ruksha swabhava is aruksha. Aruksha or aluksha, both are same. Kaushika was a brahmachari, Vedachari, but he could not control his anger. So, because in fact, Sattva Guna should be in him because he is the Brahmin and disciple, yet Rajasa Guna prevailed him. Asahana is there in him. So, while he is reciting Veda mantra, standing under a tree, when a bird left the excreted on him, he saw with the anger, and that very moment the bird died and felt on the ground. So such anger should not be there. So dharma kamatva is having intense longing and concentrating on the dharma only. The very dharma raja is to be dharmika. Dharma charana is his very behavior, nature. So the 6 qualities described for brahmanas are brahmanatva, sammarshitva, yuktatva, ayuktatva, alukshatva, then dharmikatva are to be known by us and follow. This is the advice given to by the Acharya. So one should take care of all these points. Now, in case of following the Purana Purushas, one should not mistake. One should not try to follow all the Purana Purushas because they are Purana Purushas so great, but we are ordinary people. Suppose Sri Ramachandra Satyanishta, Dharmarajas Dharmanishta, then Satya Harishchandra Satya Samrakshana, Datrutva of Shibi Chakravarti, Rantideva, Bali Chakravarti, etc. Then Dharma Niratatva, Pravartana of Chenka and Likita, brothers, we must try to follow, but we should not try to follow the deeds done by either Parasurama, because the moment his father commanded him to cut the head of mother, he cut it because he knows that his father is capable of reviving his mother. But we should not do any harm to anyone because somebody said us. So 19th point is atha api akhyateshu ye tatra brahmanaha sammarshinaha yuktaha ayuktaha aluksha dharma kama syuhu yatha te teshu varteran tatha teshu vartetha. So akhyata means the stories narrated in Puranas or somewhere. Just as this case of Jamadagni, Maharshi, Renuka Mata, and then the Parasurama, this Udanta. So we should be very careful. So after giving all these Upadeshas, Upanishad repeated the word Shantihi 3 times to ward off the Achyatmika, Adhibhautika, Adhidaivika, Tapas. So one should be very cool, happy, peaceful, physically, mentally, spiritually. Now 13th samskara is Keshanta samskara. It is also called as Godana samskara. Because since the birth, all children, boys and girls, they behave equally almost up to 9 or 10 years. Both of them play together, talk together, study together, and may eat also. Their voice, spirit, enthusiasm, everything will be equal. But the dresses they wear, the hairstyle, the ear rings, etc., they differentiate both of them. The boy knows that he is a boy, the girl knows that she is a girl. Then slowly after, while they are growing, then the difference also would be recognized by both of them themselves. So between male and female. So they know that they are a boy or girl slowly from the age of 8 years, 9 years, etc. Mostly the parents, especially mother, starts to instruct her daughter as to how a girl must behave with anybody. And slowly when the girl gets 10 years, 11 years and all, she is instructed that the girl should never move freely with the boys. Even they should not talk unnecessarily. So like that, she keeps the girl protective and she takes care of her. So the delicacy of the body and voice also remains in the girls mostly even for several other years. But in case of boys, the voice changes by the change of the age, by the growth of the age. So when they are children, that is actually human life can be divided into 6 parts, we can say. Shaishava, that is infancy, then Balya, childhood, then Kaumara, adolescence. Till Kaumara Avastha, both of them can behave equally. Then slowly the change takes place when 10 years, 11 years, 12 years are coming, the boy's voice changes. And even the change also comes in the body. Then youth, next point is Shaishava, Balya, Kaumara, then 4th one is Yavana, 5th one is middle age, Nadivayasu we say, middle age, then Machavayaha we say, then Varthakya, old age. So infancy is from birth to 2.5 years age. Though they are fully dependent on parents for everything, yet that is the most happiest life period, we can say. Childhood is most enjoyable time to both boys and girls also, because from 4th year onward to 10 years, they would be treated like princess, queens and all. So at the age, actually, they would be treated with much affection. Whatever they wish, their desires would be fulfilled by parents and all. So then approximately we can say from that age to the 10 years to 17 years, we can say that is a sort of teenage, which is very at the adolescence. At that period, they develop such ideas which cannot be even thought of by parents. So they should be very careful. And they have to protect the girls and boys also at that age, because they know something, they do not have the perfect knowledge. They may take any wrong decisions also because their mind is not matured, but they think as if they are grown up, big and all. So parents must be very careful. During that time, many changes take place, even in the growth of their bodies also. The boys develop the hair, etc. So it is the duty of parents to teach moral values and the essence of the life and value of life to both girls and boys. So mostly we since childhood, when children are of 4 years, 5 years, then onwards, we all the parents, even the teachers, must try to teach the children to develop the qualities which are there in Prahlada, the very good, great qualities, virtues which exist in Prahlada must be taken as the ideal. Then in the olden days, parents used to do Upanayana at the age of Garbhastami for Brahmins and all, etc. And they used to send them to the Gurukula. So Gurus take care of children, nothing happens to them. They observe this Brahmacharya Vrata Diksha and their lives would be intact on Dharmika path only. So nothing harm occurs to them because there is no chance of getting deviated from that path also. So mostly this Keshanta Samskara, when the children develop their mustache and all, then mostly they would be at Gurukula only. So the Guru, they say, we say Gaddamumisamu, so that grows on the body of the boy. Then for the first time, when that hair is to be removed, they have to do certain samskara called as Godana Samskara or Keshanta Samskara. So actually those who are in celibacy, this Brahmacharya Vrata Diksha, mostly they do not remove the hair also, but for the first time they have to remove this mustache and then Snataka Vrata is sort of at the time of completing the education. So the parents also may be coming to the hermitage on that auspicious muhurta kept by the master Acharya. If the children are at home, the parents themselves celebrate that. So, but it is the traditional custom to celebrate this Keshanta Samskara to the boys at the age of in between 16 and 17. Then at that time, because they donate a milky cow with the calf to the Acharya. It is called as Godana Samskara. Because that hair is removed, it is called as Keshanta Samskara. So even at that time, the master and the disciple, both of them have to do certain puja, vrata, that puja process and all. So, evam Godanam asminnapi nakshetre shodase varshe, like that the mantras are there in the Gruhya Sutras. By following that, this samskara is done, because even this samskara would be done as they did at the time of Chuda Karma Samskara. So the prosperity of Brahmachari is thought of and said in the Sankalpa. The Guru does this Agni Pratishtapana, Ganapati Puja, then Mantapa Arathana, then Swasti Punyaka Vachana. All these are to be done by both Guru and Brahmachari also. Patra Prayoge Kali Yojaneyo Godana Karmanyapi Chaula Vastu Naglapsa Punjila Shalasya Punjila Shalalya Ishta Atrartha Luktahi Bhavanti Yasmat, says the Shastra. They do from Pavitri Karana to Adya Swaganta, etc. Later Guru performs 8 homas that which are done at the time of Chaula Samskara. Then keeping the Shikha, then the remaining hair also should be removed once again. Then Shishya takes bath, becomes holy, donates the milky cow to the master along with the calf, and also bows down giving Dakshina Tambulas. And even the parents offer Dakshina Tambula to Acharya because the master celebrated this Keshanta Samskara. Then similarly, just as it is in case of the boys, similarly there is samskara to the girls who get matured. It is performed in a sort of festival way. So in the Devi Bhagavata Purana, it is said that the Jagannatha Adiparasakti, who entrusted the responsibility of creation to Brahmadeva, created herself, the woman, the Sri. So that is why in general, mostly all women are by nature, naturally, they are very handsome, attractive, bashful, virtuous, gentle, patient, and then skillful, of loving nature, efficient in doing any work, household work, etc., who are very pious, attractive, and also as soon as a girl is born, we say Mahalakshmi took birth in our family, like that. But changes come in the growth of the body when she grows, gets into 9 years, 10 years, slowly changes take place. Then mostly the woman who causes creation, she gives birth to two children. So thus she is the cause of the expansion of this mankind, humanity, this creation. So who expands the lineage, she keeps up the Vamsha. Vamsha would be prolonged because she gives birth to children. So she should be honored a lot according to our Sanatana Dharma. Mostly girls may get matured at the age of from 10 to 13 or sometimes 14, mostly during 11th and 12th year. So it would be a remarkable event which is to be considered as a holy event in her life and to the mankind also. It should be treated as a pious vow, vrata, nomu, as we say, because it is spoken in the Shastras like that. So, noting down the exact time, the mother, the parents, they should contact the astrologer, Daivajna, and if any Shanti karmas have to be done, they must do that on 4th day or 5th day. So they can be done on the 11th day also, because 11th day is considered to be very auspicious day because the girl becomes very holy. All the thing that is bad would be removed from her. So the mother with all the other relative ladies, they celebrate these 4 days, and 11th day they conduct as the festival, inviting all the relatives, friends, and all, as per the customs, according to their own traditional customs. So during the first 3 days, the mother should always accompany the girl without leaving her even for a single minute, because the mother also has to do her cooking, etc. works. That is why on that very first day, while making her sit, according to Shastra, they do so much ritual process is there. All of them, all of us, we follow that. Then at that time, a toy would be given to that girl and to held it with her always continuously for all the 3 days, fully day and night, because that toy would be in the olden days with palm leaf. They used to make the doll a sort of. Nowadays, plastic and wooden dolls are there. Girl baby's doll. That doll is considered to be the goddess Parvati Mata, Gauri Mata, who is by her side always to take care of this girl. So mostly on 11th day or 21st day or any other day, seeing the good Muhurta Nakshatra, they can conduct a sort of function in the society, like as we are performing the sari wearing ceremony, as we say nowadays, inviting all the relatives and all, by which people will come to know that this girl is matured, so she became eligible to get married, seeking a good boy, life partner. So this is the first big festival in the life of a girl, and marriage would be the second greatest happy festival. For the boys, Upanayana is the first greatest and memorable festival. Second one is marriage. So now then onwards, they treat this girl as the incarnation of goddess Lakshmi and incarnation of goddess Parvati. So like that, they give her auspicious Mangala Snana. holy bath, then decorate her with all beautiful new clothes, ornaments, then doing pula jada, we say, flower jata, matted hair, etc. Then they give good bangles to her, flowers, fruits, sweets, and all. Then mother keeps chalimidi, we say, in her lap, and Mangala Harati they give to her to remove that Drushti dosha and all. And first time to that girl, the mother gives Odibiyam, as we say in our Andhra people. So that is keeping fruits, flowers, and all, and along with them, an item prepared with rice powder mixed with cow ghee, then jaggery, and a little cow milk. Then the parents and the girl worship Ganapati first, and then Kuladevatas, Ishtadevatas, then all. Then mostly they must worship sun god, because it is the sun god who takes care of all of us and this girl also. So wishing the welfare of the girl, mother prays moon god, because it is the moon who gives mental peace to us. So there are certain processes of doing all this, and because all of us are aware of that process, I am not telling. But on the first day there is process, all these 3 days this harati should be given doing parentum. Then on the 4th day, when the holy bath is given to her, mother has to prepare doselu, as we say, that minimulu, and then rice, soaking them, then grinding, all that we know. That doselu, that should be the hot doselu. The mother, as soon as that attu, as we say in our Telugu, that dosha is done, that is to be kept in the hand, and directly that should be kept at the navel part of that girl 3 times. And then when that heat should enter into her body through her navel, napi pradesha, then that the dosha should be kept on a place. Thus 3 times the mother has to do. And all these 3 should be given to the chatali, as we say, the washerwoman. So by doing like this, due to this minimulu and then that rice mixed, made as dosha, the garphastha doshas would be removed. And later, after marriage, her womb becomes capable of bearing the children and giving birth to children. So this is all scientific reasons are there among all the customs given to us by our Maharshis. Then doing parentum, we distribute Senagalu, as we say, Cheneka dal, as we say, soaking them along with the tambulams as per our capacity, either giving saris or blouses like that. Parentum should be done, and this girl should bow down to all the elders, and they must bless her. So the blessings of mother, father, acharya, Brahmin, and elderly people of house, and all the Muttaidulu, as we say, the women, they give her prosperity and saubhagya and health and wealth. So though there are many names indicating the woman as Yoshit, Abala, Nari, Purantri, Mahila, etc., we consider the word Stri as the best word befitting to be called as. So Stri is a mixture of Sa, Ta, Ra with E. Stri, we say. E is actually Jaganmata Bijakshara. So Sa, Ta, Ra are Sattva, Tamo, Rajo gunas. These 3 Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas are of the nature. So the nature, when endowed with divine power, is the embodiment of the girl. So the word Stri is so auspicious. So we all are Stris. We are Stri. The word Stri itself is so great word. So Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti are the 3 Shaktis which are represented by the letter Sa, Ta, Ra. So the letter E is Bijakshara of Jaganmata. So when Bijakshara of Jaganmata means when Divine Mother's power is mixed with natural Prakritika Shakti, that is the embodiment. That is the word Stri. So with such great word, we call the girls. So the girl, the Stree is Prakriti Swarupini, considered as the mother. Every girl is a mother. So Purana speak of a beautiful story. Once upon a time, a person by name Vishwarupa, he used to rob away the Yajna Havir Bhagas of all the gods without allowing the gods to take them. That's a big story, of course, in the Purana. Shortly, I'm telling. Then Devendra, he has to cut. So he cuts the 3 heads of Vishwarupa. In fact, they themselves asked this Vishwarupa to be their guru in place of Brihaspati, because Brihaspati went away somewhere. So even then, because this Vishwarupa, with one face, he is narrating the mantras, making the Devendra and gods to do the yajnas. Then on the with another face, he is following all the havis which are offered into the fire. He is eating, not allowing the gods to take. So Devendra has to cut, and he killed Vishwarupa. But because he is the guru and he is a Brahmin, Devendra got Brahma Hatya Pataka dosha. When any dosha is there, he cannot be the ruler. He is the Triloka Adhipati. He has to rule and maintain the 3 worlds as the king. But nowadays, of course, so many people, except due to our great fortune, we got Modi ji as our real great Rajakiya Nayaka, who got real Deshapakti and Dharmika Pravritti. But because this Devendra got a sort of sin, Brahmacharya Pataka, he wanted to get rid of this Pataka by distributing this among something. So he must become again completely remove the defect and be worthy of ruling as Devendra. So he announced that who will take the part of my papa, this sin. Then the ocean came, Jala. Then she accepted. Then the tree came and accepted. Bhumata accepted to take one part. Then the women, they took one part of that dosha. Because, and he gave boons to all 4 of them. The ocean took the sin, one part of 1/4 part of the sin of Devendra. So even though the that defect is seen in the form of the foam, the Nurugu, as we say, then he gave the boon, Devendra gave the boon that even though so many rivers come and join in that, even though summer due to torturing heat also, the waters of the ocean will never be either less or more than what it is. So that boon is given to the ocean, and mostly they will never trespass the banks also. Then the trees, they took the sin in the form of the gum that oozes, the branches. We get the gum from the trees. So Devendra gave the boon that even though the branches of trees are cut, again the tree gets the capacity to develop the branches. It grows automatically. Then the third, the Arthma, Bhudevi, took 1/4 of the sin. Then it took in the form of the bhukampas, earthquakes. Then Devendra gave the boon that even though there are hollows or holes on the ground, they automatically get wounded and the earth becomes flat. Then the women, the Stree Murti, took 1/4 of the sin of Devendra, which is seen in the form of the Rajesh during this 3 days vrata. 3 divas of vrata, we say. This is called, that period is called as. Then she is given the boon by Devendra that she gives birth to the children and enjoys the matrutva and be honored. She gets honored by the whole family, whole dynasty, whole nation, because it is she who is the prolonger of the dynasty. So this is the greatness of the woman. Then though for men and women suitable samskaras are being done, these 2 are, all other samskaras are common, but only these 1 or 2 are a little different. Now the 14th samskara is Veda Vratas. This samskara would be performed by the priest or the Brahmagaru or even by the master, the Acharya at Gurukula, along with the along with the Vatu Brahmachari, the disciple, before the marriage, before the marriage. So the brahmachari is permitted by the acharya to go home and get married. At that time itself, acharyas may celebrate, or but mostly during that Gurukula Vasa only these this Deva Vrata or Veda Vratas are to be followed by the disciples, and it is the acharya who must initiate these vratas to that boy, disciples, and make him follow and study and educate that fully. And it takes 4 years time. And after these 4 years time, when the brahmachari becomes worthy of performing all these by himself, gains the perfect knowledge, then only that Snataka samskara would be done, and he would be permitted to go home to enter into Grihasthasrama. So these 4 vratas together are called as Veda vratas. They are Prajapatya vrata, Saumya vrata, Agneya vrata, Vaishwadeva vrata. These together are Veda vratas. This is one samskara. The ritual done for studying Prajapati Devataka mantras is called as Prajapatya vrata. Acharya wants to reform his disciple. So along with him, the disciple also has to, both of them, they remove their hair, take holy bath in the river. Then together they do Ganesha Vigneswara Puja. Then they take Sankalpa Punyaha Vachana, they do Acharyaha Sishyena Saha Vapana Purvakam Najam Snatva, etc. The process is given in Gruhya Sutras. Taking Sankalpa, they start this process, worship, preparing the mantapa, stretching a new cloth, then pouring rice on them, on that cloth. Then they invoke and invite Shat Rishis, 6 Rishis. Then do Shodasopachara Puja to them. The 6 sages are Prajapati, Sadhunkiti Devatas, then Yajniki Devatas, Varuni Devatas, Swayambhu Chaturmukha Brahmadeva, then Sadasaspati. So after worshipping them, they should be given tarpanas. They have to do them homas to please them, offer havis and all. Then both the Acharya and Sishya together should stand up and pray with folded hands like this. That by performing this vrata, they must Agnihotra also to give them power, vigor, etc., good qualities, luster and all. So by performing this Prajapatya Vrata, they say, O Agni Deva, Vayu Deva, Surya Deva, thus they address all the gods, and please all of you make our Vrata successful. Thus they pray, then they have to pray Aditya. Pati, then Vratanam Pati. Later they should do Prayashchitta Homas. Then afterwards, the Sishya must bow down to Guru Acharya and take his blessings. Tat Samvatsare Paryavete. So this takes 1 year's time. So that for all these 4 vratas, 4 years time, he has to spend Prajapatya Vrata, Devataka Mantra Chena after doing Prajapatya Vrata. So after 1 year, they have to do Prajapatya Vrata Utsarjana. Similarly, of all these 4, they must do. Then Prajapatya Vrata, Suthyartham, Bhutyartham, Vrutyartham, Shantyartham, Apyudayartham, like that. They take in Sankalpa and do Vrata Utsarjana after completing that. Thus, for 4 vratas, they must do all these Prajapatya Vrata, Saumya, Agneya, Vaishwadeva vratas, all these 4. And after completing all these 4, then they become eligible to be done Snataka Vrata and go home and enter Grihastha. Now, actually, 15th samskara is Vivaha samskara.
Sorry, Visalakshi garu. So we are at 7:55. There is an important announcement to be made. Students may leave. So we will stop here. Babu garu is here. He has to make some announcement.
ఒక్క నిమిషం అండి, పర్వాలేదు. 1 minute. I will complete the in 7-8 minutes. I will complete it within 5.
ఇది 7:55 అండి. 8 o'clock వెళ్ళిపోతారు, వాళ్ళు ఉద్యోగాలకు వెళ్ళిపోతారు.
రేపు ఒక్క రోజులో వివాహము అంచేష్టి అవ్వదు. సో ఐ వాంట్ టు కంప్లీట్ అంచేష్టి సంస్కార టుడే, సో దట్ టుమారో we can complete the వివాహ సంస్కార which is very lengthy.
సో బాబు గారు
ఒక పని చేద్దాం. విశాలాక్షి గారు నమస్కారం అండి.
నమస్కారం అండి.
ఇప్పుడు ఇది ప్రార్థన అయిన తర్వాత మనము కంటిన్యూ చేద్దాము.
సో ఎవరైతే వాళ్ళే వింటారు.
మనం రికార్డ్ కూడా చేద్దాం, సో దట్ దే సీ ద రికార్డింగ్.
ఓకే
అండి, థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. అండ్ అందరికీ నమస్కారాలండి. we will announcement is not very big enough. 1 minute, let me put it in the gallery mode. Okay, tomorrow we are going to have Vedic mathematics exam for about half an hour, which you are all looking for. And another one is that I want to request Visalakshi garu to give us about half an hour tomorrow from 7:30 to 8 o'clock, so that we can complete this examination. And after that we have 2 days Deepavali holidays, Wednesday and Thursday. So you can enjoy the Deepavali holidays. So after finishing the exam, otherwise if I put it after the holidays, then you will be tense. So this I want to say before requesting VSS Murthy garu to do prarthana, please.
ఒక్క నిమిషం అండి, నేను కూడా రిక్వెస్ట్ చేస్తున్నా. రేపు హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ మీకు టైం ఇస్తే వివాహ సంస్కారం అవ్వదు. నేను వివాహం ప్రాసెస్ చెప్పను. ఐ విల్ నాట్ టెల్ ద ప్రాసెస్, బట్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఈవెంట్స్ అండ్ ద మీనింగ్స్ బిహైండ్ దెమ్ అండ్ ద పర్పస్ of getting married, it is to be explained in detail to children and the youth, everybody. So I cannot give even a 1 single minute. I want more time, sir. You please keep that exam on any other day, I request you. ఎందుకంటే వివాహంది హాఫ్ చెప్పి ఆపి ఎప్పుడు చెప్పాలి, అది కంప్లీట్ అవ్వదు.
ఓకే, 8 గంటలకి అయిపోతుందండి. 8 గంటలకి అయిపోతుందా?
Try to complete by 8. So now
okay, తప్పకుండా 8 o'clock we will have the exam. 8 to 8:20 or so.
సో నాది అయిన తర్వాత పెట్టుకోండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
తప్పకుండా. After this, we have one more class.
హాలిడేస్ తర్వాత పెట్టండి గురువు గారు.
మళ్ళీ దాన్ని సగం చెప్పి సగం ఎలా చెప్తా, మళ్ళీ
తర్వాత పెట్టండి గురువు గారు, మేము కూడా ప్రిపేర్ అవుతాం కొద్దిగా.
నాకు
భాస్కర్ రావు గారా
సార్
ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వలేదు అన్నమాట.
పూర్తిగా అవ్వలేదు, కొద్దిగా అయ్యాం, కొద్దిగా అవ్వలేదు.
That is a better preposition, sir. హాలిడేస్ తర్వాత పెట్టండి.
తప్పకుండా నెక్స్ట్ వీక్ లో పెట్టుకుందాం. ఏమంటారు చిట్టిబాబు గారు?
Most of the exam as such has got postponed, and we didn't want to get it postponed beyond the time. They may forget the entire mathematics.
No sir, బుధవారం గురువారం సెలవు కదా సార్, శుక్రవారం పెట్టుకుందాం.
That is your proposition. Others, anyway, we can't have.
That's what, sir. Others, if they agree.
Next week lo announce చేద్దాము.
You can give time for them to prepare also. Even that is correct point.
Okay.
After the pradhana, we will discuss. People who are there, we will discuss.
Okay. So let us request VSS Murthy garu to do pradhana, please.
Okay. స్వస్తి ప్రజాభ్య పరిపాలయంతాం న్యాయేన మార్గేణ మహీమహీషాః గోబ్రాహ్మణేభ్య శుభమస్తు నిత్యం లోకా సమస్తా సుఖినో భవంతు. కాలే వర్షతు పర్జన్యః పృథివీ సస్యశాలినీ దేశోయం క్షోభరహితో బ్రాహ్మణా సంతు నిర్భయాః అపుత్రా పుత్రిణః సంతు పౌత్రిణః అధనా సధనా సంతు జీవంతు శరదాం శతం. సత్యం వద ధర్మం చర స్వాధ్యాయాన్ మా ప్రమదః. సర్వే భవంతు సుఖినః सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सर्वे जना सुखिनो भवन्तु स्वस्तिः
స్వస్తి. ధన్యవాదములండి. So let us go for
ధన్యవాదాలు.
Janamana.
Thank
Let us request Challa Chittibabu garu to recite Janamana, please.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद
Jai Hind.
जय
ధన్యవాదములండి చల్లా చిట్టిబాబు గారు. Okay, we will announce this through group. I will put a message through group, so you all will know that. Now let us request మీరు 10 నిమిషాలు తీసుకుని ఏమన్నా క్వశ్చన్ ఆన్సర్స్ ఉంటాయండి తర్వాత?
టైం వాళ్ళకు ఉంటే ఇప్పుడు నేను ఐ వాంట్ టు కంప్లీట్ ది 16th సంస్కార టుడే విచ్ ఐ కెన్ కంప్లీట్ ఇన్ 7 బిలో 10 minutes టైం. సో వివాహ సంస్కార క్యాన్ బి టాట్ టుమారో ఫుల్లీ థరలీ.
Okay, so you want to jump and then go to 16th?
Yes, normally I used to follow correctly, but time is not there for us this time.
Okay, అండి తప్పకుండా.
So,
Okay, please go ahead.
if one more day is given to me extra continuously, then I would have done a little slowly, was giving time for question answers and all. But because of tomorrow is the only day given to me, then December 3rd is for Bhagavad Gita, the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Only on 3rd one day I got. Then before the exam, final exams, you said I must clear the doubts of all the topics, so that I do not know when you gave that day, that will clear that.
We'll make it on 3rd because Bhagavad Gita is everything. All questions get encompassed in that.
Okay.
So on 3rd of December, you clear the doubts also.
Then Bhagavad Gita essence, I need not have to go.
That essence itself will cover everything.
Okay. So shortly I can, for more than half an hour, okay, we can spend for question answers, clearing the doubts. For 1 hour, I'll just teach the essence of Gita. Okay.
Okay.
The Sara Sloka I will explain. Okay, now I'll continue with the 16th Samskara, Shodasa Samskara. Then 15th one, tomorrow we will do Vivaha, and after Vivaha, we will close the Shodasa Samskara's topic. Now the 16th one is Anchesti Samskara. So the last rites are the last samskara out of Shodasa Samskaras is called as Anchesti or Aurthvadaihika Karma Samskara. So Antya means at the end, the last. Ishti, Antyesti, Antya, Ishti. Ishti means yaga, kratu, etc. Any sacrament performed. So Antyesti Samskara is the last rites performed by the elder son along with his wife and along with his younger brothers and their wives to his mother or the father when they leave the body and go away. So this is the last rites done to Jiva on this earth. Jatasyahi dhruvam mrityuhu dhruvam janma mritasya cha, we say. So one who is born has to die, and those who die have to take birth again. So this is till they get moksha, liberated. So this is what our Shastra says, and we believe. Every person or every living being has to take birth according to their own karma phala. What are deeds they did, they have to bear the fruits. So this, for whom this Ancheshti samskara would be done according to Shastra, their dynasty grows well. They very good auspiciousness occurs to them, and all the family members of that dynasty, they get very good children, and also they get good name, fame, happy life here on this earth also. So the Jiva also gets the right path to travel towards heaven, the higher residence in the correct path, in a happy marga. Otherwise, if these Ancheshti samskaras are not done, that Jiva may not be able to reach the higher lokas, because we know the story of these 60,000 sons of Sagara Chakravarti, because the Ancheshti is not done to them. All of them, after leaving the bodies, when their bodies are turned into ashes by Kapila Maharshi's just very sight, then they could not reach the Uttama Lokas. It is with so much efforts. Finally, Bhagiratha brought Ganga, heavenly Ganges, to the earth, and then when Ganges flew over the ashes heaps of all 60,000 people, then they could get liberated and went into the heavenly abodes. So every year we do Shraddha Karma after doing Autvadaihika karmas when parents leave the body. And we do Pinda Pradhanas on that day, and on every year on that same day. Then we have to, that is the elder son has to perform this Pinda Pradhana at Gaya, if possible at Pinda Pradhana at Badarinath, Badari Kshetra, Alakananda Nadi, holy Ganges is there. So more important than all these karmas are, it's very important to listen to the words of mother and father and do the works which please them, which make them happy. And whatever they say, the son, the children have to follow. We already said, Jivata Vakya Karanat Prachabdihi Puri Pojana Gayayam Pindadanena Tripihi Putrasya Putrata. The seed sprouts, becomes a plant, grows, branches come to it, fruits and flowers, everything they come, and finally they wither away, the leaves fall away. The tree also gets broken at some time, it falls down. So for so many years, the tree stays there happily, giving fruits, flowers and all. But ultimately, on a day, it has to fall down. Similarly, in case of all human beings, all living creatures also. So this is normal to all living beings, that we get Shadbhava Vikaras, we say. So Asti Jayate Vardhate Viparinamate Apakshiyate Vinasyati. These Shadbhava Vikaras follow, will come to our body automatically. So we need not have to worry of them. It is the nature of the body to take birth, to grow, to get diseases, to get decayed, and ultimately get destroyed. That is, the Jiva leaves the body, the Pranashakti also leaves the body and goes away. And it can merge in God or take rebirth or something. So, but death is inevitable. So we must always have that knowledge in our mind. Rabindranath Tagore, the great person, he said, when death comes and knocks at my door, I will set my guest with the vessel full of my life. That is, he's always attentive, because we know that when we are born, we have to die. We need not have to worry for that at all. Having spent the whole life with Satyanishta and Dharmanishta, doing Dharmacharana, doing all Kartavya karmas, worshipping Agnihotra, a Sathaka, at the end of his back end of his life, he is praying Sun God and Agnihotra, Krutam Smara, Krato Smara. It is there in Isavasya Upanishad. And he praised God, Agnihotra and Surya Deva, to lead him to Uttama Lokas through Uttama Marga without any difficulty in the travel. So people say the greatest fear in this world is of Mrityu Bhaya. More than that, no other fear is greater. So why to worry when it is inevitable? We must accept that and invite that. So for Dharmika people, there is no death at all, our Shastra says, because the death is only to the body and not to the jiva. So our jiva is Adu Nitya Shasvatoyam Purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. So dahyata iti deham, shiryata iti shariram. So when this body is our instrument, we must utilize that. As long as we stay in that, we must take care of it. But we should not get attached to it. In the olden days, people used to leave their body happily through yoga. Yogenante tanuchedam. Shaishave apyasta vidyanam yavane vishayeshinam varthake munivrittinam yogenante tanuchedam. So we must lead such dharmika way of life. Then we will not have the fear of death at all. So all these processes, they are described in Gruhya Sutras, all the samskaras, what sort of samskara is given in the Dharma Shastras and all. Then everything is very well explained in Garuda Mahapurana and Garbha Purana, another Upanishad. Garbha Upanishad, this all these Pinda, how it enters, how it develops, how it lives, everything is described. So it is described, taking birth is also described as a vrata, as a yajna in our Upanishads, in our Sanatana Dharma. Mata Purva Rupam, Pita Uttara Rupam, Preja Santihi Prejananagum Santhanam, Ityati Prejam. That is how the children are born. They have to be taken care with all Shodasa Samskaras. Then 16 Samskara by the sun. When it is performed, the jiva gets liberated. So this sort of Antyeshti Samskara, what is the method, what is the process, how to do everything, all the details we need not have to discuss here at all. They are all given in the Garuda Mahapurana. If we go through that, we can know. They are all given in the Gruhya Sutras. If we follow them, we know. But anyhow, Anuchana, as we said, traditionally the custom is coming. We must follow the traditional custom, that's all. Then after doing all these rituals on that Autvadahika Karma day, for 11 days we do that. On 12th day, we feed all the people. Then on 13th day, Udaka Shanti, etc. is to be done. Once again, wash the all the rooms of the house, keeping the Muggu, etc. We prepare Paramanam, do puja, do Naivedya, and eat that. Then onwards, normal life starts again, but on every month we must give this Pinda Pradana to the for departed parents, because every month becomes one day for them, the departed soul, to till it reaches heaven or Yamaloka. So we have to give every month on that day. After 1 year, for every year, 1 year is 1 day for the Pitru Devatas, those who departed. So for every 1 year on that same tithi, we must do all this. When children sense that their mother are about to leave the body, they must make them do the vratas, danas, ahuti should be given, dana should be done through them. Then thus this somehow this Antima Yatra is to be done, and that Asaucha stays till 11 days. So on the 12th day, even on the 11th day itself, even the sons and daughter-in-laws, they become purified. Then on 12th day, they give all this food to everybody. Then Mahadashirvachana would be given to them, and Udaka Shanti on 13th day and all. So all this process is to be done as per our Shastras. So this is about the Antyeshti Samskara. Now after this, again the Jiva, we believe till the Jiva gets Mukti, it has to take birth, rebirth. So after taking birth, again Shodasa Samskaras follow, and after 14 Vivaha is to be performed. So tomorrow we will know completely about the what is marriage, what is vivaha, svara, vathu, what are their duties, what sort of vows they are taking in front of Agnihotra and all the gods. That we'll know tomorrow. Swasti for today. Thank you all. Thank you, Sri Kallal Babu Garu, Sri C.C. Chittu Babu Garu and everybody. And thanks for all the participants and children and students also for listening, even though the time is over today. Thank you very much.
ధన్యవాదములండి.
చిన్న క్వశ్చన్ అమ్మా.
Thank you so much. For very few questions we will take.
No, that's what.
One or two
చిన్న
questions.
small question. Some
Yes.
this people say that Garuda Purana should not be kept in the house. It is not auspicious like that. They say, is it correct, madam?
No, it is very auspicious book. All 18 Puranas, all 18 Upapuranas, they can be, they must be read by all of us. We must keep them at our house. Then only our house also gets sanctified. Garuda Mahapurana, it is Purana, spoken by Lord Mahavishnu. How can we say it is inauspicious?
No,
We
that's
all of us must read it. We must know what is given there. Beautiful vows are there, vratas are there. Following them, we can get liberated. We can lead very happy life on this earth. So it is very auspicious and holy. Blind beliefs we should not believe.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Sharada garu.
Namaskar, Mahoday. Madam,
Nam-
what I have got for fathers, the eldest son and mother, youngest son should do Shraddha Karma. Is it true?
No, elder son got the right to do rituals. These Aurtvadaihika karmas to mother and father. Younger brothers have to be by the side of their elder brother. That is why Jyeshta Putra, we say. Jyeshta Putra, the elder son alone is the real Adhikari. His wife must follow. Unless they do these rituals properly, the dynasty would not grow at all. So all the sons, all the children got the right, but elder son got the right to do directly along with his brothers and their wives also.
Madam, once I read the Garuda Puranam, I really will know how much things we should not do and what are the things must be done.
Yes, it is there in Garuda Purana also. Garuda Purana is very beautiful Purana. In fact, I once gave this Garuda Purana as that is I spoke to them, and it is recorded also. If possible, you can listen to that. That Garuda Mahapurana, it is there in 3 parts. The 2 parts I explained, and I could not get for 3rd part. And then I thought I would say later, but later has gone later only. I could not complete that. But even then, most of the important parts of Garuda Mahapurana I explained. And somebody made it into, put it into YouTube also. Just as our Veda Samskruti Samiti is doing this as YouTube forms. You can listen.
Actually, on 10th day, they tell about Garuda Puranam, no, madam?
Yes, certainly. But it need not be only on that one occasion. On any occasions also they can read, but mostly they keep this Garuda Mahapurana during those 10 days, because at least at that time they get time to sit at a place and listen attentively. So that is why this has come. But otherwise also, normally now also you can read, I can read, everybody can read. Need not be only during those 10 days.
Thank you so much. I think
Yes.
there are no other questions.
Thank you.
Even if there are questions, there is no time. We have already crossed the time.
Okay, thank you, Visalakshi. Thank you so much for today's lecture. Tomorrow, full time, you will have this marriage, Shodasa Samskaram.
All of you come to the marriage. Listen carefully, happily.
Okay, then that becomes one episode also in this course.
Yes.
One video.
Yes.
Okay, now I stop the recording so that I can interact with the people.
Okay.